Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all had an amazing holiday. This week I am going to be doing the gender tag, which was created by Ashley Wild a little while ago. There's a whole playlist of other people doing the gender tag, which I will link in the eye up there. I will link in the eye. I am still getting used to this YouTube thing. Am I YouTubing correctly? I don't know. Subscribe. The gender tag is a list of 10 questions, and I think it will help you get to know me more, and yeah, so let's dive right in. Question 1. How do you self-identify your gender, and what does that definition mean to you? While I haven't formally come out as anything in my real life, I identify as agender. While to some people that may mean neutral gender or between man and woman, to me it means lacking gender or genderless. The label genderqueer is also really comfortable for me because it denotes anything that is outside the gender binary, which is me. Number 2. What pronouns honor you? Pronouns are tricky for me because I feel like they are a burden to some people. I don't feel burdened when somebody tells me what their pronouns are, but I feel like by changing my pronouns on people, I am making life more difficult for them, which of course isn't true, but I still feel bad about it, which is probably some internalized shit I have going on, but I use they, them pronouns. Elena Fender, or Miss Fender on YouTube, did a really funny sketch about this with Caitlin Alexander, who also identifies as non-binary, and it goes over the whole they, them pronouns thing, and some typical confusion that some people have about it. And it's a satirical take on how many people feel about non-binary identities, even if they don't say it explicitly. Number 3, describe the style of clothing you most often wear. I am working really hard to transition my wardrobe because I want to start dressing more androgynously, but I still have a lot of more feminine clothes that are in my closet, and seeing as clothes cost money, I think it will take a little bit more time to fully transition my wardrobe. But my favorite things to wear are flannels. This one has a little camel on it because my school mascot is the camel, so I really like this one. Number 4, talk about your choices with body hair. How do you style your hair? Do you have facial hair? What do you choose to shave or not shave? I love having body hair. I stopped shaving a year and a half ago, and it has made me a much happier person, which is weird because my antidepressants don't make me this happy. This question is actually why I chose to do the gender tag this week, because I received a question on my last video about my choice to cut my hair. My hair hasn't been this short since I was around 2 years old, but as you can see in this picture right here, I had really long hair, and it's not like I didn't enjoy it, but it started to feel like this burden to me, and I felt really anxious about having long hair because I felt like that was my identity, and I felt trapped in it. I think I'm closest today to the person that I feel I am inside than I've ever been, so I feel super content. Question 5. Talk about cosmetics. Do you choose to wear makeup? Do you paint your nails? What types of soaps and perfumes do you use, if any? Well, I see makeup as more of an art form than I do a mode of gender expression, because I feel just as comfortable in my gender identity without makeup as I do with makeup. So I don't use makeup to further affirm my gender identity. I think that it just makes me feel very artistic. And I don't typically wear any nail polish. Sometimes I do if I'm really bored and I just want to do something that's kind of relaxing. Sort of relaxing. It's just a fun way to express myself. In the shower, I use a lavender soap, and if I do wear perfume, it is Pacifica's Island Vanilla, because that just is my signature scent, and I really love smelling like vanilla. Vanilla is my favorite thing. When I'm at school, though, I'm typically more stressed, so when I'm stressed, I break out in eczema all over my body. So in the shower at school, I use an unscented body wash. Question 6. Have you ever experienced being misgendered? If so, how often? I obviously don't speak for every non-binary person out there, but I think it is fair to say that in a binary society that makes being non-binary or outside of the norm hard to conceptualize, most of us are misgendered most of the time. You are perceived by strangers as either a man or a woman. And if they can't tell, it makes them very uncomfortable. So if your gender expression doesn't lean towards looking like a typical woman or looking like a typical man, society feels very uncomfortable because they can't put you in a box. And the use of very gendered language such as miss or mister is impossible to escape from. Question 6. Do you experience dysphoria? How does that affect you? I experience dysphoria every day. What most typically gives me dysphoria is my chest. I mean, I have a very small chest to begin with. I am barely a 34A, but I'm still affected by any chest at all. I would like to show you now how a binder works and how well it binds a very small chest. So keep that in mind when you look at how a binder looks on me, because if you have a bigger chest than 34A, a binder will bind you differently. So as you can see, this is what my chest looks like, flat. And it's really not that hard to get on. How I put this on is I slip it over one shoulder first, and then I stretch it over my head. And then once I get my head through, I put it on the other shoulder. And then my hair is normally stuck underneath it. So I lift my hair out, and then I roll it down because it's normally all twisted up here, and I roll it down and voila, it's on. My binder is from GC2B and I really like it. It really works for me. The first time I put on this binder and looked in the mirror, I cannot tell you how much relief I felt when I saw how it looked on me. And I smiled the widest I had smiled in a very long time. Question 8. Talk about children. Are you interested in having children? Would you want to carry a child if that were an option for you? Do you want to be the primary caretaker for any children that you may have? I'm kind of apathetic towards this question, just because I don't have any strong desire to have children, but that may change someday, especially if I have a partner who really wants children. And I think that I am pretty open if that were to change. Right now, I just can't see it happening though. Question 9. Talk about money. Is it important to you to provide for a family financially if you were to have one? Is it important to you that you earn more money than any partner you may have? Do you prefer to pay for things like dates? Are you uncomfortable when others pay for you or offer to pay for you? I don't see money as a competition, honestly. Yeah, I think it's really nice when people offer to pay. It does make me uncomfortable just because you're raised to decline any offer and say, no, I got this. That's just how we grew up. We just feel like we owe people something if they pay for us for like a meal or they give us a gift. We feel like we will constantly owe them, and that's just the culture that we're in. But I don't see it as being such a big deal for me personally. This is also the part of the video where I ask you to date me, so date me. Question 10. Anything else you want to share about your experience with gender? I just want to emphasize the fact that gender identity is not equal to gender expression. So just because I may look like what society deems a girl or a woman with my hair and my makeup and maybe my style choices, I am not. And it's not my job to convince you otherwise. It's your job to believe me. So that wraps up this video for this week. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned some things about me and also just about gender in general. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next week. Hey guys, it's Editing Jules here. Leave a comment on this video answering any or all of the questions in the gender tag so I can learn more about you all. So remember, until next time, date me, hire me, and subscribe.